Welcome to Just Ranked, your favorite music ranking show. That's right, it's us again. Joe, Jimmy, Chris, and Dink. We're all back. We come back here every Wednesday to come and see you, tell you exactly what we think about our top 4 of that week's subject. We sometimes we have some crazy categories.
We don't come down the pockets. Come on.
But sometimes, as you can tell, right now we're all kind of dressed up, except for Chris. Chris is dressed like me.
I didn't get the memo.
He's got his ice pick.
Don't fuck with Chris. He's got his ice pick.
But ice pick.
This week's show is on the dead. Now you're thinking just dead artists, right? Like Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain. Blah. No, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But no, it doesn't make sense because we're going to do anybody who died in any band. So if a bass player died, you can do them.
It is our Halloween show. So
if a no-name drummer died, do that band too, even though everyone else still alive and kicking, blah, blah, blah. So this is a loosey-goosey show. If someone died in your band and you're still going on, you could be on this list. Welcome to another episode of Just Ranked. This week we're going to 6 feet under, musically speaking, we're counting down our top 4 songs of the dead.
What?
Huh?
Who?
Huh? Get us started is Dink. Dink. Get us started. Ace.
It's me?
It's you're first, man.
All right. Okay. So I have hair in my mouth and in my eye.
Whoa. Oh my God, I look like my brother.
Okay. So I went a little obscure. I decided to choose some bands. And we could, and you didn't say this, Joe, but you could be an artist, right? You could pick Bowie or Prince or MJ or whoever you want. Yep. I decided to pick some bands that I lost. She's still alive.
Is she dead?
Yeah, no, she's alive.
Oh, shit. Okay,
and career alive, too.
Hold on a second. I got to redo my list.
Yes. And I went with bands that we don't really talk about, that I enjoy, and that we probably will never do an episode on.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Just so I could get them.
Well, and I the asshole then.
So number 4 for me is Burning Bones by Crocus.
Wow.
Right. I really enjoy Crocus. Not many people do, or that I know do.
I don't. Nope.
Not me. Burning Bones is not even a hit, if they even had that many hits.
They did.
They had a few. But Burning Bones is off the 81 album Hardware. Was never released as a single. Crocus is obviously a Swiss band who gets a little bit of mocking that they mimic AC/DC or have an AC/DC kind of sound. I don't think so.
I thought they were from Spain.
No, they're from Swiss.
Wow.
No, that's Madonna.
From Swiss Chalet?
Swiss Chalet.
I want some chicken.
Now I want some chicken too. But a Hardware album in 81 charted in several countries, reaching the Billboard 200 in the U.S. at number 103. But like I said, this song was never released as a single, so it clearly didn't chart. No one even knows this song. It's your typical Crocus sound with some guitar riffs, some gritty vocals from Chris Von Rohr. It's just your typical Crocus sound, and that's really all I have in my notes other than, there's no widely documented special story or notable controversy linked to Burning Bones, but the album's overall production was by Tom Allom and he's noted for his work with Priest. And which helped put Crocus on the global scene, because after Hardware became Headhunter, which had Screaming in the Night, and when they got a little more famous, right?
Yeah.
So this is the album before. It's a little obscure. I had the cassette when I was a kid. I love this track. I love a bunch of the tracks on this album, but this is the one that stands out for me. But yeah, that's it. That's all. And the reason why I picked it was for Tommy Kiefer, who was their guitarist. And he was a founding member of the band. this was his last album with the band in 81. So he was with them for a few albums, and then he left the band. He had substance issues. In 86, he passed away from suicide. So
wow, rest in peace.
Yeah. That's it. That's why I chose Crocus for Tommy Kiefer. No relation to Tom Kiefer.
Or the Taylor Non Brothers?
Yes, yes. That's it.
What? No.
No, they're not related, man.
Well, if you guys don't have anything, I have some notes.
Yeah, the metalheads probably got some notes.
Yeah.
If you held a gun to my head and said name 2 Crocus songs, I'd be dead because I would.
Yeah, me too.
Screaming in the night, boom, fighting for the right. Everyone knows that Miami Vice. It was in like so many TV shows.
Everyone
goes boom. Ballroom
Everyone
Blitz was their biggest song.
Yeah, they covered Ballroom Blitz. Oh.
Yep, they had.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
I think I remember that. Now that you bring that up, yes.
Yep. They had a bunch of songs.
But I definitely don't know this song, so I can't.
No, you wouldn't know this one. This is an really obscure song from a somewhat obscure band. Yeah.
I don't know it, but I did like Crocus. I did. I really enjoyed them. They had Live and Screaming was their live album. It was like 88-ish.
Yeah.
It was really produced really well. They were really, really good, and they were kind of known in like Circus Magazine and Hit Parader for their Fernandez guitar ads.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Right.
Yeah, this is all off the cuff. I did enjoy Crocus, so I'm glad you mentioned Crocus.
Nice. And since we're talking about people that have passed, Chris and I had a friend, Paul Erickson, Ratchet. He was a big Crocus fan. So
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, he's the only guy I've ever met that really liked Crocus, right? And all Ian and all those other guys used to bug Ratchet about it, right? Like,
absolutely,
fucking Crocus. And I'm like, hey, Ratchet, I like Crocus.
And your friend passed. Your friend passed.
Yeah. 2018.
Right.
He passed. Yeah.
Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, on to number 3. Number 3, it will start my back-to-back of Canadian content, CanCon, if you will.
CanCon.
And it is Wild in the Streets by Helix.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
There you go.
From their 87 album of the same name. So this is the title track. Again, I don't think this song was released as a single. It's the band's 7th album. It's your typical Helix sound, and in fact, this brought them a little more into the mainstream. The video had heavy rotation on Much Music, but I don't think it broke for you guys. Oh, it was released single. Sorry, it made the RPM top singles charts number 27 for us, but didn't crack the top 40 for you guys. A staple of the Helix live shows. I love Helix. I saw Helix in '85 when I was 12.
Wow.
I think I mentioned Katie and I went to Vegas a couple of years ago, and we flew from Winnipeg to Vancouver, and they were on the flight with us to Vancouver, and the whole band sitting all around us, right? And Brian wears the same dirty hat all the time, and when they got off the band, Katie goes, "Are you going to say something to him?" I'm like, "I gotta say something." So I went up to Brian and said, "How you doing, man?" And I said, "I saw you when I was in '85 in Belleville," and he's like, "Belleville?" Because we are in British Columbia, and I'm talking about Ontario, but it was cool. Shot the shit for a couple of minutes, and Katie's like, "Get a picture," and we both had masks on because it was like right at the end of COVID, right? So that part kind of sucks. But yeah, that's the song I picked for number 3, Wild in the Streets. The reason why I chose it is for their guitarist Paul Hackman. Paul Hackman died in '92. After a tour bus accident. So much like Cliff Burton from Metallica, their van rolled off the road in BC when they were on tour, and I think he was thrown, without getting too in-depth, from the van, but anyway, he passed, and he was one of their guitarists. So yeah, that's why I chose them. And they were right near Kamloops, if you guys know BC at all. So
Nope.
No. Oh, okay. The only comment I have is I am familiar with one song that was a huge song in the early 80s in America, and it was give me an R, R, O,
Oh,
G,
yeah.
K,
Yeah,
K.
yeah.
What you got? Rah. And what you gonna do? Yep. So that's
I
my brother.
remember the video for that when they're in like the chain gang and they're hammering the.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, heavy rotation for us. Like,
right. I was a mild Helix fan. I think you were definitely into harder music way earlier than I was. So I saw them on Much Music, and like Jimmy, I knew the hits like that. I wasn't a massive fan. I don't know that I ever bought any of their albums.
yeah, I had like 4 of them on cassette and vinyl, I think. I really, really liked them. And then kind of tailed off, and they're still playing. Like that's why I saw, it was just a couple of years ago. I saw them. They've had.
I remember you posting that picture. I remember that whole you posted it all on Facebook. I remember that.
Yeah, it was cool, right? Anybody else would have been like, "Oh, whoop-de-doo," right? But I was like, "Oh, Helix," and like I don't even know if Katie knew how much I liked them when I was a kid, right? Like I said, I went to the concert. I had a buddy that we loved them. I listened to that. Walking on the Razor's Edge is the album with Rock You. And I played that cassette till it basically didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One of those.
Didn't the album cover have like a pitchfork or something into like molten steel or something like that?
It's got flames and stuff, and
yeah. Well, just one note on what Chris said. I didn't realize Celine Dion was heavier music.
What?
Chris said you were always listening to heavier music than I was earlier. Carry on.
Yes, yeah, I was
guys, we've never done this before. Should we have a vote? Should we just mute him right now? Or?
Yeah.
I think the hair
You've been voted off the.
I was really confused. I thought I missed.
I was like, huh?
Celine Dion
radio edit.
Celine Dion. All right, I will move on to number 2. My number 2, like I said, is also Canadian, and it is "Say Hello" from April Wine. I love this song. I love April Wine. If you guys don't know who April Wine is, you should listen to April Wine.
Very early.
Tell me what to do.
Treat.
Yeah. And this is from '79, from the Harder Faster album. I love this track. I love the drums that kick off the song. I love their entire catalog. They're one of my favorite. They're probably my 4th favorite Canadian band, 4th or 5th Canadian. Yeah. Love them. I've seen them in concert 3 times. They are still performing. The reason why I chose this is their lead singer died 2 years ago in December of 2023, Miles Goodwin, who was the founding member and the backbone of the band, the singer. And in March, he had health problems and had retired from touring, and the band went on with a new singer, and everyone's like, "Oh, have you heard April Wine?" I'm like, "Oh, it's weird. Like it's just," and he's still alive. And then he passed away in December. So, but yeah, that's it. Say Hello. I don't think it charted. I shouldn't say that because they all chart here.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
number 34 on the RPM here, but it didn't break. And although it did say when I did my research that it was played across rock stations, all across North America, it was played on rock stations, but it didn't hit your charts.
Yeah.
No.
April, go ahead, dude.
Oh, I was just gonna say for me, sorry. When one of the other episodes I talked about hearing my sister listening to certain music, and that's how certain bands got into my head. This is one that didn't take for me.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Right? Like listen to it on the radio and their hits and stuff like that. And my one sister would listen to April Wine and a couple other bands like Prism and stuff like that. And it didn't stick with me.
Right.
That kind of stuff.
It's funny because in your area, and then when you got older, they played at the Key in Battle
every summer. I was
summer,
one of the only people like, "Hey, you going to the April Wine concert?" No. Really, man? Like, no. All right. It's not me.
I would have been like, "Yep, I'm there."
Yeah. I would meet them afterwards somewhere else.
Right. Yeah, I guess Miles' voice was in a bit of an acquired taste, right? But they've got some really good ballads, some really good rockers, but it's very Canadian, right? Like,
yes.
They had a couple crossover songs down here.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah. there was an album, something about a beast.
Nature of the Beast. Yeah,
Nature of the Beast. That was like probably the big album down here. There was a couple songs, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but
Nature of the Beast, is that Rock Myself to Sleep? Every night I rock myself to sleep, thinking about you. Yeah, I think it is, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I could not be here. Hold on, me. I have to like try to get your pitch. So, no, I couldn't honestly tell you a song by them, but I know that I remember hearing them on KQRS. That's our classic rock
right
station.
Yeah, and they would be probably, if it's like any of our rock stations, they're perfect fit for those kind of rock stations, right? Their sound. They get overkilled on ours, actually, like because of the CanCon.
Exactly, yeah, because of the CanCon.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of what?
CanCon.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was hearing that right.
Yeah. Because of
What did you want to hear, Jimmy? What did you want to hear?
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
What do you got for number one, brother?
All right, number one is right over my shoulder.
Roxette.
Yes. Yep. I know we're never going to do a show on Roxette. I am possibly their biggest fan in Canada. I love Roxette. I get mocked for it, or I used to quite a lot. But even when they were popular, I probably liked them more than you should. For some reason, what are you going to say, Jimmy?
We still mock you.
We still, yeah, right.
I don't.
Jimmy took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, there was just something about Per Gessle and Marie Fredriksson, the two of them together. I just love their sound. It is very poppy. Yeah, Joe, I'm not surprised if you like them a little bit, right? Because you do stuff like this, right?
So fuck both of you guys, okay?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Helmet Boy.
Well, you should have had a corked fork for this episode.
Right. Do you need an ice pick?
Well, you know, as much as I'm teasing you about Roxette, I did have one of their songs as one of my kind of warm up when I went downstairs to practice, and it was "Listen to Your Heart" because there was a cool
right
that got the blood flowing, and I could fill in and ad lib to it. So I still like that song. Listen to your heart.
Nice.
Yeah.
So whenever you bring up Roxette, I think of when in Bracebridge there was a junior hockey team. My dad was the trainer for it, and they had two kids that were exchange students from Sweden that were playing on the team. And I was at a party, and one girl was talking to one of the Swedish kids and kept talking about how much she loved Roxette. And he's like, "They're shit. You can keep them." I never laughed so hard in my life.
He's
like,
shit. Have you heard the Swedish hair metal?
I think that's what he was into, actually.
Probably, right? Because if you're into that, Roxette's probably
shit. Yeah. But it was just really funny. I barely knew the kid, and I just heard him say that, and I couldn't stop fucking laughing all night.
That shit.
That is funny.
When the musicians are killing each other and eating each other, there's an issue going on. So.
Right.
And the Swedes seem so nice, and then they play a little guitar and they go fucking crazy.
There's just a small segment of the population that's got that Viking heritage crazy gnome gene.
All right, Dink, tell us about the song.
Yeah, the song is, we haven't even got to the song.
Sorry.
The song you won't know anyway, but the song is Things Will Never Be the Same.
Okay.
Things Will Never Be the Same. It's on the Joyride album from '91 when we were in high school, or we were probably all in high school. Yeah. Joyride's the title track, but this is on the album. I personally there was another album after it, which was a compilation album of rare hotel room recordings and some live recordings, some acoustic stuff called Tourism, and this song is on that as well, and it is a live acoustic version. That's the version I prefer, but I still like the album version as well. But it's a little faster, the album version, where the other one's slowed down acoustic.
Sure.
Now, is this a ballad?
It is a ballad when it's slowed down in acoustic. It's a ballad, really, even in the other one, I guess. It's just got a little higher poppy tempo, but it is still a lot of their songs have a bit of a ballady, slowy kind of, and that's probably why I like them. You know what I mean? Minus some of their big hits like The Look and stuff, their Joyride that you knew because they got radio play.
Yeah.
Some of their ballads,
big radio play here.
like Listen to Your Heart and what's the one from It Must Have Been Love? Like those ballads got huge play, right? Or Spending My Time or Fading Like a Flower. But a lot of their other ballads are wicked because it's all Marie singing and Perry's guitar, right? And obviously I picked it for Marie because she passed away in 2019 after a long battle with cancer. So.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my list.
Yeah, I knew Roxette was gonna be on that list somewhere. So
I had a feeling.
Not shocked by that or Helix.
You know,
I had to get Roxette in there because I don't think we'll do a Roxette show. Like, I think you guys would be hard pressed to come up with 4, maybe, or just 4 big ones. All
it would be 4 same.
I could come up with 4 because of how much I heard them and saw them.
Yeah, possibly, right?
Right.
So when we're running low on topics and we want to do Savage Garden or Roxette
in 2036.
Lots of bands and music that we've done that I love, and there's lots of bands and music that I'm like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
right. You know,
I mean, that's gonna happen.
I can still do a list. I still listen to the music sometimes.
Yeah, totally. Right. Anyway, that's me. I'll pass it off to you, Hairsy, and
Hairsy. Well, real quick, I want to compliment the duo of Roxette because he was the musician, the music writer, correct? I don't know his name.
Pear.
He was the lyricist. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he was he had his hands in everything, right? He's still going now. They have a new singer. I don't know if they're touring or they're going to record, but they've done some shows and I saw the clips, and like the new singer's getting bashed by all these diehard Marie fans, right? I'm like, oh, fuck, get over yourself. It's much like Linkin Park all over again, right?
Yeah.
Like he wants to go on and record, and he's done some solo stuff. I think he's an exceptional guitarist for that style of music.
If he's worked that hard for the name, he should be able to record under that name.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You're right, Jimmy. I think that it was him with the instruments, her with the lyrics, but I think he had a hand in the lyrics too. So
okay. Well, I mean that doesn't shock me because most people that write music are also going to have a melody chained to the song and maybe partial lyrics or all lyrics in some cases. So I liked her voice. She had a beautiful voice. Great voice. She was a beautiful woman. I thought it was really cool.
So was he.
What's that?
So was he.
So was he, yeah.
Fair enough. I thought it was really cool. Her kind of bohemian style that she had on stage. She never wore shoes because she wanted to connect with the stage. You know, those kind of things. Right on. I mean, I love that one song. I love that one song. I know the other songs. I'm familiar with her voice and I'm familiar with his song styling. So I think it's a great pick. And knowing you, it's a perfect pick.
Right. Well, I'm probably one of the very few that have a Roxette poster, right? Like,
well, yeah.
You are the
one. I give you shit.
You are the only one.
When their songs come on, half the time I'm singing them in the car if I'm alone.
Right. Yeah. If it's a well-known
one, in the car with you, I'm like, asshole, listen to this shit. There's your favorite band.
Right.
Crank it up, man. Crank it up.
Do you feel the quickening when you feel when you kill their other fans?
No,
there can only be one.
Wow. A Highlander reference. Impressive.
Right. No, but it's like one of those things
that only be one.
Makes fun of me too, right? Katie's like, oh, fucking Roxette, or oh, Toto, or Roxette, or like, you know what I mean? It's like anything that you really like that not a lot of people seem to talk about. Because even when I put she's like, oh, I like that color on you. Is that a Toto shirt?
Just can't leave the needling out.
I haven't got a Roxette shirt. That would be taking it to the extreme, right?
I will say
one thing. Is that a Roxette shirt? What the fuck?
I'll say one thing about 30 years my wife and I have been together, 30 plus years. I listen to a lot of, not popular bands, and she'll be like, and she'll listen to them, and she knows the song, she knows the lyrics. No, she doesn't like everything I like.
Right.
But she'll pick one song that's no one has heard of from Wendy and Lisa or some other band like LA Guns no one really listens to. And it's like, oh, I love this song, so
right.
There's
Which is cool, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Absolutely.
And she's shown me a bunch of stuff to me too that I wouldn't normally or I wouldn't find myself listening. And over years, obviously, You listen to it.
It happens to me, and that's why I listen to country.
Well, I can't be brainwashed.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm easily probably the hair. Probably the hair. All right, Jimmy, you're up.
All right.
Let's hear you four deceased.
4 deceased. All right. Well, this person did not make my list, but he passed away recently, and I have to give my props to Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley was a huge part of my childhood. Absolutely adored Kiss as a child, and then into my teens, and then whatever after that. But rest in peace, Ace Frehley. So I just wanted to say that real quick. I don't know if you guys, I kind of doubt Joe's going to have him on his list, but I just wanted to make mention because it is going to be recent and it's still going to be close to when, this does get released. So rest in peace, Rip. Rip. Ace. So, all right. So my list, this was a hard one to thumb through the index cards of because so many amazing musicians have passed.
Subpar bass players.
What was that?
Subpar bass players.
Yeah, even some rando like nobodies, right? Like, I didn't even know that guy was dead.
Right. So, I kind of had to silo this one. So I'm going to go to my early childhood with a lot of glam musicians with this.
Nice.
I'm just going to start number 4. Number 4 has 3 people that have passed in this band. The original band had Randy Rhoads as their lead guitar player.
Oh, quite right.
Way to ruin it.
We wasted the good surprise on you.
All right.
All right, my number 3.
I'm Adam Sandler and Big Daddy.
Quite right.
You know what's funny? In my head, I'm like, oh, that's quite right. And Joe goes, oh, quite right.
Jesus.
Oh my God,
That's great.
I'll see myself out of this conversation.
That was gold.
Tourette's is a terrible disease.
Tourette's. Cocksucker.
All right. Anyway, so Randy Rhoads. We talked about Randy Rhoads on the Ozzy episode. Please go back. I'll put a link in the comments if it works. YouTube. So the other 2 musicians, Kevin DuBrow, lead singer, passed away November 19th of 2007. A possible overdose, alcohol and drugs were in his system. And one of my early childhood heroes, idols, Frankie Banali. We've talked about him a couple different times. Unfortunately, he passed recently, August 20 of 2020, of cancer, a long, hard-fought battle. He played with a lot of different bands. He played in that Stars All-Star Feed Africa. We Are Stars. He was one of the drummers in that. He played with Wasp for a long time. He played with a lot of different people. Just an amazing, accomplished drummer. So my song is, Joe?
I don't know. Come on, with the noise.
Metal Health. Metal Health. Quite right. It was the number 1.
Come on, feel the noise. Come on, man.
It's their worst song. It's their worst. I had to pick it. It's their worst song.
That's a cover song. Come on. So Metal Health. Bang Your Head. Every kid of that time frame sang this song and talked about banging their head. That was the anthem of the time. You got to rock and you got to bang your head. And Metal Health was an exceptional album. I really, really loved this album. There were some other albums. Quiet Riot, Condition Critical was a pretty decent album. A lot of Sweet, a lot of Slade influences with their music. QR3, which kind of was a departure. Chuck Wright came in instead of Rudy Sarzo. Wild and the Young was my favorite song off of that. Yeah. But just that opening drum roll to Metal Health. Bang, bang, bang. Everyone knows it. And right now you're hearing it in your head, and that's what's awesome.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes. It was their second and final top 40 hit. Both Footloose movies used it in there. The original, the OG Footloose, and the remake.
We don't speak of the second one.
What's that?
We don't
speak of the remake.
I'm going to speak of it. Fuck it. The Wrestler, Crank, a Hyundai commercial. Weird Al played this song live for years and years and years. Loudwire, number one of the 11 heaviest hair metal songs ever. It did hit number one in America, number 5 in Canada. It's a great song. I love this song. I still go back and I listen to it nostalgically. I really, really like that early Quiet Riot album. The second album was all right. It had some cool stuff. QR3, I love QR3. Their third album, obviously. But yeah, that's my number 4.
I remember in 5th grade, we didn't sing any songs in gym, but for some reason in gym in 5th grade, we would sing Mental Health and Come On Feel the Noise when we were playing, kickball or whatever activity we were doing in Fayette. Those are the only 2 songs we ever sang in Fayette. So yeah,
I remember
great album.
A friend of mine lived a block from our school, and on Fridays he'd go over to his house, and his parents had a kick-ass stereo system, and on cassette we would listen to Quiet Riot before his parents would be like 2 hours before they got home. Corby Wright and Jimmy Wright, they're 2 brothers, guys I played hockey with. They're cops now, actually. But we would and talk about banging your heads and jumping all over the place and fucking air guitar did this.
Something like crazy,
Yeah. So
this pick.
It brings me back, and then as soon as Dink and I were talking about, we fought we didn't fight each other, but we fought really hard to come up with a cool concept for our Halloween episode. Happy Halloween! And this popped up, and we both said, yes, we have to do this. And I am so glad. And this, we always talk about how we don't talk about our picks. I told him flat out, I am going to pick a Quiet Riot song.
Yeah. Well, you said, are you going to use Quiet Riot? And I said, I don't think so. Because it was on my long list. And
it was on my list.
Because I'm using it. And I said,
when I first started doing this list, it was on my list, and then I shifted my focus because I found
that's cool that it was on another list, because that's the first time we've ever
for me to do with all the because so many, right?
I know.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to do it this way. So that kind of moved them out of what I was, but they were definitely on my top 5, 4 for sure. Yeah.
Well,
because of what you said, Jimmy, like the nostalgia, I have the memories of it, and to this day, when this song comes on, I crank it and I think of those times, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great album.
I really had to include this song because 3 of their members, throughout time have passed. So I had to honor, their presence in musical life. So, if anything
I got a couple things. So one is much like Chris, it's cassette related. Yep. So I think I mentioned in one of our episodes, either the Police, or anyway, go back and watch them all. But the first 2 vinyls I ever bought with my own allowance were Synchronicity and Dex's Midnight Runners. Okay. And then I immediately got out of vinyl and went right to cassettes.
Yeah.
Because I think I was collecting vinyl as a kid because I was getting them for Christmas and all that shit, right? Mm-hmm. But I was like, oh, cassettes, this is smaller, it's so much easier. All my friends have cassettes. What the fuck is with this big record? So the first 2 cassettes I ever bought with my allowance were Blizzard of Oz and Mental Health.
That's awesome.
So that was cool. And then a year or 2 later for Christmas, I got Condition Critical from my grandparents. I'm sure they didn't know who the fuck Quiet Riot was or what they were buying. And then I played the shit out of it because I love Sign of the Times.
Yep.
And Stomp Your Hands and Clap Your Feet. And like that, I think that album is underrated, actually.
Yeah.
So that's number one thing. Secondly, if we haven't mentioned at all on this show that you guys were friends before and Chris and I were friends and that Joe and I have known each other a long time online.
Virtually, yeah.
But the very first time we all got together for music trivia, the very first song I did for music trivia was Quiet Riot Loves a Bitch from this album. So there you go.
I remember that.
So there you go. Because you said, okay, so what do we do here? So I said, well, just don't yell them out. You write them down, and then we say them
right.
and yeah, so Joe would have yelled it out. But then Jimmy said, okay, so how long does this take? And I said, well, we'll see. I played Love's a Bitch. We talked for 35 minutes. I said, it takes a fucking long time if we talk for 35 minutes after every song. And we did it for 7 hours. So there you go.
7 hours.
Right.
My wife was like, what the fuck were you guys doing down there for 7 hours?
It's so awesome that you have Quiet Riot because it's really kind of what started this whole thing.
Full circle.
Like,
And
I
after
did not
that,
remember that. That's awesome.
after that 35-minute conversation of song number 1, you said, yeah, I'm going to start a podcast with this bitch.
Like, this is fun.
This guy can fucking talk.
Yeah. Well, usually it's like I do it with other groups, and they're like, all right, when's the music part over so we can just shoot the shit and drink?
Right.
Or you get, is anybody supposed to know these songs?
Right.
Remember
Like,
that.
why can't you play songs I know? I'm like, that's the whole point of trivia.
Right. That's the same night I got mad at you for me saying Mudvayne, and you said, no. That's not Mudvayne. That's
Did
how,
I?
yeah.
It was
I'm
my-
like, same fucking difference.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
All right, let's move on.
I'm starting to eat up some time here. So number 3, August 11th, 2011, a 47-year-old singer, Janie Lane passes.
I knew who it was just by the date.
Did you? That's nice.
Yeah, because it's the day before my anniversary, and I kind of remember exactly where I was when he died, what I heard. All right, so yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I have like 5 songs that I fought myself.
Got to get a warrant on.
Like fucking Fight Club. Tyler Durden punches himself trying to figure out a fucking Warrant song. So I finally decided on a song, and there's no fucking notes on it. So it is off of it's off of Dog Eat Dog, and that is my favorite Warrant album. I love this album. And it's All My Bridges Are Burning. The other songs in question were Mr. Rainmaker, John Kennedy Oswald. Everyone called him Janie. The Jani was supposed to be Johnny, and he just never corrected anyone, became Janie Lane.
Well, is that? I always wondered, actually, without looking.
Yes. So, I mean, there's some Prince ties. I know the premise, Joe, you fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Prince signed them to a production deal, had them record at Paisley Park, and the story goes that he loved it. Man, he can fucking sing. He can't dance. I don't want to sign him.
That's exactly it. Yeah, good job. Yep.
But he was really cool and let Warrant keep those 4 songs that he recorded at Paisley Park, and they became part of Dirty, Rotten, Stinky, Filthy, Rich. So yeah, I didn't care for the first album. I thought it was really kind of off-putting, but Cherry Pie came in and they were just incredible musicians. And then Dog Eat Dog. Oh my God, I love this album. I still play this vinyl. I still play this CD.
Yeah.
I love it. It's I used to walk everywhere in Phoenix, and I used to play that CD along with, Tool, Anima, while I was walking everywhere. And I loved it because it had great meter, great pump. And they were trying to be taken seriously because they had that hair metal tag stuck to them. And this would have been their breakout thing. But unfortunately, grunge happened, and it took away all their luster. But it's an amazing album. If you guys like hair metal, you, the listeners, watchers, you like hair metal, please check out Dog Eat Dog and All My Bridges Are Burning.
And trust me, it's going to be more along the lines of Uncle Tom's Cabin kind of lyrics,
Absolutely,
not Cherry Pie lyrics, which is what not Ginny Lane liked.
Right.
So
yeah,
trust me, it's by far and away their best album.
Didn't you have one of the ballads off it on your list in our ballad show, Joe?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Andy Warhol was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, that's my number 3. If you guys have nothing else, I I gotta quit playing with my hair. I miss my hair so badly. I'm just playing with it.
It drives me crazy.
Oh, I remember you. I remember you. All right, so number
I want to cut it
2.
off.
Yeah, I do. Sniff it.
So number 2, I have talked about this gentleman several times in the show, more in passing than I have about the music. January 20th of 2025, this year, the beginning of this year, one of my favorite guitar players passes, and that's John Sykes.
Oh yeah.
Passes of cancer. He had a pretty big career. He started with the Tigers of Penang. Whitesnake did Slide It In, did Whitesnake 87, a very, very prominent album guitar-wise. And then he moved on to a band called Blue Murder.
Yeah.
Tony Franklin, an amazing bass player, and Carmine Appice.
Yeah, not a piece. That's his brother.
Appice.
What the fuck?
The trio put together an amazing album. Unfortunately, grunge happened. And it just killed the music.
Back-to-back picks of unfortunately.
Grunge happened. Wah, wah.
Well, there's a theme here. I have my long hair. I love my hair metal. I love my hard rock. There was a couple other songs.
And my picks were all grunge metal backs.
Right. There's a bunch of songs I wanted to throw in there. Whitesnake Slide It In. I love that song. Love Ain't No Stranger. All of Whitesnake 87, but I am going to go with Blue Murder's Jelly Roll.
Wow.
Wow.
This song is fucking cool. It's bluesy, and it's like a 2-part song. It starts out this I know
that song. Yeah.
Yep. And then halfway through the song, it goes into this ballad. Love will break your heart. Only love will break your heart. John Sykes fucking kills it on this. Tony Franklin kills it on this. So that's it. Whitesnake, Thin Lizzy, Tigers of Pantang, and there was one more, Blue Murder, obviously. So that's my song. John Sykes, rest in peace. I loved your music.
Yeah, great pick. I thought you were going with Still the Night. When I think of John Sykes, I think of his guitar in Still the Night.
Yeah.
I love that song. Yeah. Yeah. Or that intro, like
So good.
Oh, so good, right? He's so good. And I was sad, right? Like, it was one of those guys, because I'm not a massive fan like maybe you are, Jimmy, but when he passed, I was like, oh, that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't say that about every artist, and not to be lack compassion, like, no, but I just, like, celebrities die every day, and you're like, that, whatever, you move along, right?
Nice.
Yeah, wicked.
Very cool.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Still the Night. I every single time that solo comes on, I tell Jenny, shh, listen to this. That violin bow.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Right?
And that keyboard, that yeah, it's amazing. Just an incredible musician. Unfortunately, he never got really the true credit because Coverdale kind of messed with them. He messed with Coverdale.
Yeah.
And that's it. So that's number 2. Oh, by the way, Bob Rock produced the Blue Murder album.
Yeah.
Yep. Good call.
So, all right. Number 1. Joe hates this band. So in June 6th of 2002.
Wait, that's how you introduce a band.
Right.
Joe hates this band.
Yep. As soon as I say
Alabama?
as soon as
Ilford
I say
Boys?
that, hold on. Joe's gonna go.
No, I'm not.
So, okay.
The Oak Ridge Boys.
The Oak Ridge Boys. Elvira?
June 6th of 2002, Robin Crosby dies of complications from AIDS.
I fucking love this band.
He is the second guitar player from Rat.
Mm-hmm.
He tried not to make a face.
No, I like Rat. I think I like Rat. Just go ahead. I like Rat.
So one of the greatest hair metal riffs of all time, Lay It Down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great, amazing.
Invasion of Your Privacy, 1985, 3 minutes, 23 seconds of pure joy and bedlam. I love this fucking song so much. This album is incredible. It's a departure from Out of the Cellar. Out of the Cellar was produced fairly well. It was still early on in the hair metal thing. It didn't quite have the sonic freedom as Invasion of Your Privacy. Unfortunately, the producer of all Rat albums, Bo Hill, really put a thumbtack on their progression towards anything, and they wanted to have the same Rat album every single time. But Lay It Down, fucking amazing. Number 11 in the U.S. mainstream. Number 40 U.S. Billboard 100. Number 18 Canada. No significant impression in other major markets.
I had a few of that with mine too. Like, did not break through anywhere else.
Right. So I started with my opening saying he died from complications of AIDS. Technically, his death certificate says heroin overdose. His health was failing so poorly, so quickly that he couldn't even play guitar. He ballooned up from the AIDS medications, and he decided to put his life to an end with heroin. AIDS had just completely ruined his body, and he could barely speak. Everything he said was in a mumble. He tried to rejoin Rat several times, and they just said, yeah, we can't do this. So it's a really sad story. 2016, one positive note is that there was a major court battle with Rat between the members of Rat and Bobby Blotzer, the drummer. Somehow, some way, Bobby Blotzer connived his way into owning the Rat name. Technically, Stephen Pearcy owned the name because it was previously called Mickey Rat.
Yeah.
And Bobby Blotzer was the last one to join the whole thing. And he somehow got his hands in there and kept the name. And he was touring under Bobby Blotzer's Rat. In 2016, that lawsuit ended with DeMartini, Crosby, Trust, Pearcy owning, and Crouchier, the bass player, owning that name. And they gave a lot of proceeds to Robin Crosby's family.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up the name struggle with the last member of the band. That's the same thing with LA Guns, man. Steve Reiler was the last one to join, and somehow he got a portion of the naming rights, and you had two LA Guns until he passed away. So it's
rest in peace, Steve Riley. I was going to say that.
Yeah,
it's just weird. Like, I always thought that Pearcy owned Mickey Rat, like owned the original title. And if your band, I guess it's a separate word or you've dropped a word or whatever, but like, so stupid.
Blotzer's idea was like, I came up with this idea of simplifying it to Rat. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, right?
No. Like, that was actually Robin Crosby's idea. Too.
Yeah,
was it?
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. There is a whole really cool VH1 behind the music. I was
those are great.
For Chris to say you could get it on Paramount Plus, and I did find it, and I watched it several times, and I will watch that probably 20 more times in my life. So that's my list. We're going to pass it off to Colin Robinson down here.
Great list, man.
Thank you.
Great list.
I wanted to say something about Rat. Not a huge fan. My experience with Rat was like listening to them on a mixtape in the dressing room before a hockey game. I never owned an album or anything, but Round and Round would be on, and maybe another song. But I really, until I think I lived with Dink, did I hear any Rat?
I love Rat.
To tell you the truth, yeah,
I love both those albums, and I actually liked the EP that was really Mickey Rat, the one with You Think You're Tough.
Yeah, Sweet Cheater. You Think You're Tough. Yeah. That's a great 5-song album.
Yeah, great little EP, right?
And Your Honor, let me just clear the air. I like Rat. I just didn't like how every album kind of sounded exactly the same. It didn't expand, and we know why. But I've always been a huge fan of Warren DeMartini. So
Warren's awesome, right?
Yeah,
and they're back together and touring again.
So if you want proof that we don't talk about our picks before a show, I went a completely different direction than these guys.
Nice.
I started.
Good job, sir. Good job.
I started going kind of like looking at, well, fuck everybody that I could think of, from bands from Jimi Hendrix to Quiet Riot to, other stuff, Led Zeppelin. So I decided that I had to narrow my search. I wasn't going to have time because I only had a week to do this because I really hadn't started it. So I went with stuff that was big to me from like high school into college, even if they might have passed more recently, but songs or music artists that were big to me then.
Right.
So my number 4 is going to seem like basic to a lot of people, but it was huge for me. I love this band. I love this singer. I love the song, and it is the Cranberries' "Zombie."
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Dolores O'Riordan, obviously, is the singer who passed away. But this song was massive. We were even talking about my ex-girlfriend. She used to sing it sometimes at some of the like talent nights and stuff and open mic nights. But the album in general was big, but this song, and I know it was big, and I know everybody knows it, and it was huge. But it just, when it comes on, I kind of get like thinking back to those times, nostalgia, blah, blah, blah.
Totally.
Crank it. And it holds up. Like
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
It's from the album No Need to Argue, second album. The song's a protest song about a bombing in Warmington, England, where when the IRA and Britain were at battle, one of their many battles, but it was a bombing specifically of a shopping center where 2 kids were killed, aged 3 and 12. So she wrote the song basically as a protest song to like innocent bystanders, especially children getting hurt in this like war, basically, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
She later said in an interview that the song came to her subconsciously. She originally played it on an acoustic guitar for the rest of the band, and the rest of the band just kind of started adding in what they thought it would go, the way it should go, and it turned into like what was classified as an alt rock grunge sound at the time. I don't really like those terms, but
yeah,
it's what it is at the time, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
After her death, that song became the anthem for the Irish national rugby union team. Actually, I didn't know that, which I found out. And all I had out for that was it didn't, for some reason, I didn't look into why, but I did see how it didn't qualify for the top 100 for some reason in Billboard. However, it was number 1 in U.S. alt play, Iceland, Germany, France, Denmark, Belgium, Australia. Canada only number 19 for some reason.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Dutch had it at number 2.
There you go.
So Canada blows me away because, like, Dink, you'll attest to this. It was fucking massive here.
It was massive here. How's it only 19?
Radio. Even bars. I go to clubs at night, and for like slow songs at the end of the night, they would play the song, even not knowing it had to do with like violence and people dying.
Yeah, it was a bar track, right? Like,
right.
Yeah.
But it's huge in my that time of my life.
Yeah.
That's why I picked. That's why.
Yeah, you could have picked any song from the Cranberries, and I'd be like, yeah, fucking right on. Because again, we know I love Dolores's voice.
Yeah, me too.
I still think, as big as they are in Europe, I think they're just unappreciated here in the States, at least.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They were huge for about 6-7 years.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what I'm saying. So, and that's what I'm saying. Their longevity really wasn't the thing,
Yeah.
They sold 40 million albums in her lifetime worldwide. So it is pretty big, but like there are bands that did 40 million in the US, right? So you're kind of right there.
I mean, I'm just saying as far as beyond their 7 years of big famous stardom, after that it kind of died off here and you didn't really hear much from them unless you were in town playing somewhere. But I just great pick. You could pick any song from them. It's one of my favorite songs by them. So love it.
It's definitely one of their harder songs, right? It's not really what they would usually do, which, and you're right. Her voice is amazing. Like the pitch changes that she could do in her voice.
Yes.
And I think her accent lends to that too, right? Like she had that.
Where she was from, Irish accent that
added to it.
Especially in this song.
And I think it's one of those things, and you used to be able to hear it with Bono too back in the day, but it's like with Irish voices, you can definitely hear their accents. Most singers you really can't. Some British guys you can hear their accent, but most people you can't hear the accents. But when it comes to Irish people, man, you can hear their accents when they're singing. I love it.
Seems to be a bit of a theme with me, like Australia with Dink, where I tend to go UK Irish acts a lot for some reason.
Yeah, true.
You talk about the accent, Sinead. She would like there would be a lot of songs where you could really tell very thick with that Irish accent, but some songs not so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I was gonna say something, but Dink had he wanted to say something. So did you want to say something about this?
No.
No, it's
awesome. Love the Cranberries, but no.
So okay.
So, you guys need to stop doing that with your fucking hair. It's driving me nuts.
I have now I look like Carrot Top. So I have two comments. First of all, I love the Cranberries' first two albums. Past that, I just didn't continue.
Sure, yeah.
Like
I was talking about before.
Yeah, absolutely. That first album, I still do, is my favorite Cranberry song. It's so jazzy. And I don't remember the guitar player's name or the drummer's name, but they have a real cool jazz feel underneath the popular songs. Right. So you go past the popular songs, there's a real cool jazz feel, light jazz, popular jazz. I love it. Number two is this song is a really cool song, and there's been two amazing covers. We've talked about Disturbed in the past. Disturbed did a great cover of this. And Bad Wolves did an amazing cover of this. And it brought me back to the OG song.
It brought my kids to the OG. It resurrected that song.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Because
they didn't know the original song, right? No, they didn't stay with it because my kids don't like that style of music anyway. Them and all their friends, I'm sure, because I asked them, they liked the song. Quite right. Sorry. And they didn't know it was a cover, right?
Right. Yeah, I played it for my music kid, Maddox, and he just loved it, and he listened to it like 20 times back to back.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's one of those songs that I think it was played a lot, and at certain points I'd be like, "Oh fuck, there's more to their catalog than that," and I would kind of push back on it being played. Sure. But now when I look back, I'm like, no, this song's fucking awesome.
It's the one you go back to, right? Like for me, it's the one I go back to, and I was kind of the same way. All right, enough zombie already. Oh no, just put zombie on.
Right.
You're right. Yeah.
What was the name of the first album? No Need to Argue. What?
That's the second
that was
one.
this album.
That second album,
yeah. To the Hopelessly Devoted or something like that, or to the Faithfully Departed.
Yeah, I really loved that album. So carry on, brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The next one is another band or person we may do another time, but I couldn't discount their I don't know, their core memory in my head.
Madonna.
when I started looking at not quite, very close, but it's Soundgarden, Jesus Christ Pose. And
yeah.
I love this song.
I love Bad Motorfinger when it came out. I love this song the first time I heard it. It is my favorite Soundgarden song, bar none. His voice is unbelievable.
Yep.
The guitar in it, the riff in it, I just love everything about this song. So, I mean, when I narrowed my focus to this point, this song popped in my head right away.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like when I was doing research, Chris Cornell, born July 64, died unfortunately from suicide. But a key voice and songwriter for our time period, growing in the 90s for that genre of music. And I remember friends I remember going to Brian and Marnie's cottage, and one of Marnie's friends or two of Marnie's friends made a comment how they were talking about bands like, well, Soundgarden's kind of for dirt dirt pigs or ditch pigs or rednecks, and we were all like, "Hey, fuck you!
All right, fuck you, right?
We love Soundgarden. Go fuck yourself."
Right.
No shit.
Right. He was named a Hit Parade named number 4 heavy metal's top 100 vocalists of all times, number 9 best lead singers of all time in Rolling Stone. All 4 members of the band had a hand in this song, which is kind of rare in bands now too. But I think Chris Cornell's vocals. I mean, the band's great, and don't get me wrong, but his fucking vocals. When I heard the album, I never really heard anything like him. But when I heard the song, I'd never heard anything like that before, right?
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the guy could sing the fucking phone book, right? I mean, but it's a testament to not only his voice, but his writing too. Because I mean, whatever band he was in, or even solo stuff, it was just amazing. And he could sing anything from really heavy stuff, like a lot of stuff from Bad Motorfinger, or a lot of his even solo stuff that was just acoustic, right?
Right.
Like even though it's live, he has the best version of Nothing Compares to You ever.
Oh, it's so good.
Straight up down. Like that, how he sings. Again, it's singer can change everything. You could keep same melody, keep same words, how you sing something. He sings that song so sadly.
It's a vocal inflection.
Oh, dude, he's such a master of his instrument, man. It's just incredible. He's number 4. I would for rock might be low. Just saying.
Some of the stats I was reading about him: 14.8 million albums sold, 8.8 million digital sales in songs alone, 300 million on-demand audio streams in the U.S. alone.
Wow!
Won three Grammys, nominated for 18.
Wow!
Right?
18. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, anyways, huge core memory. That song. Yes.
I will say this: it's kind of in poor taste, though, to do the pose when you're listening to the song. Because I've seen buddies like, do the pose, man. I'm like, Jesus.
Dude, I have a band. I have one of my band photos of me doing that pose somewhere around here.
Well, and it's appropriate. Like the song lyrics are like, what did I say? What did I write down? It's about people using religion to like make money or become to prominence and not really believe in what they're talking about, and looking down on other people when you don't actually really believe it, kind of idea.
Right.
Well, I have 2 things if you guys don't have anything to say. Or Chris, did I interrupt?
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. So the first time I hear this song, a place in Minneapolis called First Avenue, you may or may not have heard of this place. Saturday nights, they had this thing called Danceteria, and they had a gigantic video screen where they played videos, and they had like this lava lamp thing behind it. The first time I hear this, drunk off my ass at Danceteria, they start playing this, and Matt Cameron. I stopped in my tracks. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then boom, boom. I was like, holy fuck, this is. I stood still. Everyone's around me dancing, and I'm just staring at this screen and just going, oh my God, this is amazing. Whatever the fuck this is. And then his voice comes in with that high register, that high octave. I was just like, right now, it's all standing
on your legs. There's pimples on your legs.
Absolutely. Fucking amazing. I love that so much. The second thing I want to say is Matt Cameron is a fucking badass genius drummer. We've talked about him on a bunch of different episodes. He's played with Soundgarden. He played with Pearl Jam. I think the last time we mentioned him was related to Pearl Jam. I don't remember. I think it might have been Dink's pick. I'm not sure. But Matt Cameron, that album is fucking amazing. I was not a fan of the grunge scene, but how could you not love that album and his voice? His voice is angelic. It's anger.
They're almost metal and not grunge. You know what I mean? They're almost not. They're almost too hard. They're almost too hard for grunge, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
I think as every album went on, they became more grunge. Like,
yes,
that
album
early stuff and right into Bad Motorfinger is metal, really, to me.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, the first time I heard them was Loud Love, Louder Than Love.
Yeah.
Something about I want to fuck you. I want to fuck you. I was like, wow, that's a very aggressive song. Right. That was the first time I heard them.
Speaking his mind, man.
Yeah, hey, right on. Right on. Yeah, we lost a true genius on that pick. So that's an amazing pick.
So yes, Joe, number 2 is Nirvana.
Nice.
I love Nirvana.
And the song is Lithium. It is my favorite song by Nirvana.
Good song.
It's my favorite song off of the album. And I mean, say what you want, cliched, whatever. He changed the way I listen to music. That album changed the way I listen to music. I think I told the story. I was getting ready to go with the guys from the hockey team to do our like Secret Santa gift shopping, and this came on Much Music while I was getting ready to go, and I'm like, what? The album, anyways, not the song, but this album. Yeah. And I went and bought the cassette tape that day at the mall in Barrie when we went to shopping.
Nice.
And played it all the way home and fell in love with this fucking song, and Kurt for that matter. Third single from that album. It was so one of the things I found out was doing the research I found kind of funny was the original recording that Butch Vig did with the band was done in Wisconsin.
Yes, Madison.
Madison, yeah, which is a high like that. That was a stop for me when I was driving to Minnesota to see Chrissy. I'd always stop at that mall and everything there. There was an Einstein Bagels and shit, and I would get something to eat and whatever on my road trips to Minnesota. So I thought that was kind of funny.
I sent that link to you guys in the chat about that studio.
Did you?
Yeah. What was it called? Smart Studios. Yeah. Smart Studios? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Then they recorded their very next album in utero in Minnesota.
Did they?
At Pachyderm Studios in Cannon Falls, southern Minnesota. Yep.
So this one was the drummer left the band, so they packaged it as a demo and shipped it out to get them some name and just some play, and then they re-recorded it with the new drummer in Van Nuys, California.
Yep.
That was in '91. So
who's a new drummer?
Your hat.
Oh, I can see. Yeah.
Who's a new drummer?
Sorry. I'm reading I leaned forward to read the page. I shouldn't do that. Anyways, in 2013, I know we love Rolling Stone, but in a reader's poll, it was ranked number 1 out of Nirvana fans' favorite songs. But
wow.
Yeah, it's great song.
99 Kerrang! Magazine in the UK voted 100 greatest rock songs ever. It was number 20. Wow. Only reached number 64, US Hot 1, Alt Airplay number 25, Mainstream number 16, UK is number 11, Canada Single was number 83.
Wow.
Having said all that, it went platinum 3 times in the US, 2 times in Australia, 3 times in the US, 3 times in Australia, twice in New Zealand, and once in the UK. So, pretty popular song.
Pretty popular, exactly.
Yeah, like I said, I think their first 2 albums are practically perfect. I'm not a huge fan of In Utero. I think that was their anti-establishment album. They're just trying to, wherever it was. They were happy with it. Great, that's fine. But their first 2 albums are practically perfect, right? I mean, Butch Vig said it best. He was that generation's, John Lennon. You can argue whether that's the case or not, but I mean, was really great lyrically. Now, like we talked about before, he had stated to Dave Grohl and a bunch of other people going, a lot of his lyrics didn't mean shit. They were just rhyming or they just sounded cool, right? But again, a masterful songwriter, really. I mean, their songs are simple, right? But we've talked about before. It's almost harder to write a simple song that's really catchy, and that's what Nirvana was. They were a pop band, really masked in heavy guitar, because you could take any of his songs and put a pop style to it and it'd sound just as good.
Right. with
his vocal melodies were very pop wise, I should say.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, Grohl is for saying that he stole the drum line from like 70s, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And pop, right? Like
from the Cat Band. He's openly
the Cat Band, absolutely, yeah, exactly.
He's openly professed he met that drummer. He's like, dude, I've made a living off of stealing your drum lines.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
they were huge for me. That band, like I said, they changed the way I listen to music. It's sad the way it ended. I would love to see what they would do now, or what maybe not what he would have done right afterwards, but if they would have gotten back there like some of the other bands have now, or what they could
gotten
have done,
older,
just to see. It's just shitty the way it happened.
Yeah. But yeah, you could have picked any song at the first two albums and be like, yeah, of course. Yeah. My song by
anybody that knew me back then and would see this would not be shocked by me picking this.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked.
It's funny, we were talking about Dave. Not a lot of people talk about Novoselic. And this particular song, I think, is really good from Chris. The whole it basically starts the song, right? Boom, 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 right? Like, I don't know. I just think it's an underrated bass line to start this song. And I think he kind of gets lost in the mix because yeah, right. And Dave is so popular now, and Kurt is infamous, right? And Novoselic kind of just faded off, right?
Well, he just kind of does his own thing, though. He's not really interested in the whole. I mean, he's in a band now, but he doesn't really care about the whole.
He doesn't care, right? Which is cool too. But for this particular song, I think it really highlights him as well, right? Like obviously, Kurt's
back then, it felt back then he didn't care.
He didn't care.
Right. He just fucking was along for the ride and couldn't give it. It's what it seemed like, right?
Yeah.
I think
a couple episodes back, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Chris that mentioned Geddy Lee's TV show. I'm the bass player. There's a really cool episode with Geddy Lee and Chris Novoselic. And it's really, really cool because him and his wife are so artsy and kind of fun, and they flirt with everything and art related. And he was more art related than he was about music in that episode. But then once they started talking, putting the basses on and talking about music, he was boom, all in. And it was really cool to see, because normally when you again, I'm not the grunge fan, but I did watch interviews with everyone because it was the time. He was, again, the unassuming one that just kind of and now he had a voice with Geddy Lee. So it was a really cool episode to see.
It was.
All right. What's your number one, man?
All right. Well, Canadian content coming up.
Nice. Can't
It's and I know I've talked about this band before. I picked another one of their songs, but when we did this and I picked this time frame, I had to pick the Gord Downie of the Tragically Hip.
Yep.
Just so you know.
Right.
Joe said that I don't know you guys at all, that I'm a liar. I called it.
I thought about it, but I knew you were going to have one, so I was like, I'm going to leave him off.
So
I'm hoping we can get these guys to do a hip episode at some point, but we'll see.
I wasn't thinking about it until I did this time frame, right?
Right.
And I'm not, like, you didn't know that I'm by far not the biggest hip fan we have, like, in our group. Like, Adam has their lyrics tattooed on his body. Dunner is away. He's met them and been on stage with them.
Some guys are obsessed with this band, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
However, this band was huge for us at that time. Listening to them at bush parties or campfires or singing them in the back of cars. Adam drove me fucking crazy because he could only sing the chorus of Wheat Kings on a drive to the French River one night on a camping trip with a guitar in the back. I wanted to smash it over his head. But the song I picked has gotten big for me the last few years, and it's called It's a Good Life If You Don't Weaken.
Yeah.
And it is the first song the band played live or together in public after Gord died at the Juno Awards in 2021, and with Feist as the lead singer. which is an excellent version as well. It's on YouTube. And what's his name? Legendary Canadian. I'm gapping on his name.
Right.
What?
Gordon Lightfoot?
Gordon Lightfoot introduced them.
Okay.
Yeah. So the whole video is just kind of iconic. But that song has been slowly kind of from the album In Violet Light, which was released in 2002. It was not a huge album for me, but that song has beeped into my top tragic hip songs, and I listened to it, and I know you guys said you tried to get in hip and you couldn't, but that's fine. This song is just, there's something so haunting and kind of beautiful about this song, and it musically, I think the band's like at their best in this song. At some points, it's just, and Gord's voice is on point. But so I picked this song and the hip in general because I can't go a day or 2 days in this country or this city without thinking about him or the band, because I can't go walking down the street without somebody wearing a hat, a shirt, a jacket,
playing the music. Yeah.
Playing the music, walking by a store, a car, whatever. And as soon as I do, you think about Gord, you think about, and even like listening to this and talking about it now, I'm getting a little emotional thinking about him, right? Like I miss him. And it's why I can't drive to so the last concert that they did that was broadcast live on the CBC, streamed on the internet, on their TV and on the radio. Christy and I were at home. We were driving back from Niagara Falls, and we listened to it on the drive back. So I can't even like drive to Niagara Falls without thinking about Gord or the hip or the band.
Yeah.
And just the impact that they had on the country. It's estimated that 11.7 million people tuned in to that last concert.
Wow.
Yeah. It was in August 20th of 2016.
That's 1/3 of our country.
Right.
Yeah.
Has 1/3 of your country ever done anything together?
No. They bicker together.
Have you seen our country?
Right. They fight each other at protests.
1/3 is fought each other. Yeah, no, it's amazing pick. I'm with you, Chris. This song is exactly the same for me. That it wasn't totally on my radar because I didn't evolve with the band. I like older hip. But this song, not even them playing it after he passed, this song was on every fucking tribute video for him. And I'm like, what is this fucking song? So I fell in love with it too. And it went from not even on my list. And I think it sits like in the top 15 now because all the ones above it are older hip. But you know what I mean? It's probably the most recent hip song on my list.
It's on most of my mixed playlists. If I'm putting a hip song, it usually makes its way on there now.
Yeah, it's made its way onto a bunch of mine too, right?
It wasn't huge even here. Like it didn't chart in the US. It was 26 in Canada. But the album itself was number 2 in Canada. And actually the album hit in the top 200 in the US at number 169. What is the US Heat Seeker? Did we talked about that before? Because it was number 6.
Yeah.
The album hit number 6 on the US Heat Seeker. So
Heat Seeker, if I remember right, it was a couple episodes back. Heat Seekers was an up and coming band or a debut band or a new to the spectrum.
Now I remember that.
Yeah. And they were trying to promote new music.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
New music.
Right. Well, to us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that was probably their 10th studio album.
Right.
I'm guessing, but it's right around.
We're slow here. We're slow.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, we talk about the hip quite a bit, or you guys talk about the hip quite a bit, and we listen. No, that's not meant as an insult.
No, I know. I get it.
We're absorbing. We're sponges, if you will. I know from my personal choices, I tried, and like I said in another episode, I probably picked the wrong songs. I didn't have the guidance of you guys to help me kind of find those right songs. And it didn't. What's that?
Check out this song.
I will. I will. And it just didn't stick for me. The other thing I wanted to say is recently, well, going back a couple weeks, for you guys listening or watching, one of my high school friends that I had no clue was watching or listening, Thad, I love you, man.
Yeah, that was cool.
He posted on there how much he loved the Tragically Hip, and they came later in life. He was living up in Duluth for a while, so that's basically Canada Light.
Right. Yeah.
So
Canada adjacent.
Yeah. So it makes sense that some Americans are into the hip and how he was really into it. So it was a breath of fresh air for me to see one of my old high school buddies talking about the hip and me not really knowing that he liked them or me not liking them, if you will. I mean, not disparaging, not into it, not my style.
Hilarious. It's hilarious you bring that up because I saw the comment. Obviously, I got the notification. I'm like, who's this guy? And then I clicked on his, and it was on because a couple of weeks ago was the 8-year anniversary of Gord's passing, and I think I posted something.
Yep.
And that was his comment was on that, and it was about the Day for Night album. And when I clicked on him, it said his name, Litchfield, Minnesota. I'm like, oh, it must be Jimmy's buddy.
Yeah. I love that. He's okay. Off topic. In high school, he had I think it was an Omega 4-door brown car. He painted a stripe across one side, solid black, flat black paint, AC/DC in large letters. So,
Awesome.
When you watch this, send me a picture of that car because I want to share it with these guys. We went to what was it? I think we went to Dio and Megadeth in that car. And everyone's like, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, that car was well known.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Love it, man.
Yeah, so that's all I got for that time. Although I will say this, It's a Good Life If You Don't Weaken is also a graphic novel by a Canadian artist. And my tie into that is it has nothing to really do with this song, but chapter 3 of that graphic novel starts in the building I work in.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool, but it has nothing to do with the song. But
cool.
When I was researching, I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is a new song. I'm like, no. Well, that's fucking weird. Well, that's cool. I like that. I'm going to say that.
That's cool.
Anyways, that's my list, fellas.
Good list, man.
That was a really strong list.
Yeah.
Where's your gun, Joe?
All right. Are we getting Bowie and Prince, or what are we getting here? Let's go.
Joe's going to drop the Coopers here and go.
Well, okay. Well, here's the deal.
Jimi Hendrix.
I
Prince,
could have
Prince,
picked Prince. I could have picked Zeppelin. I could have picked Bowie, Amy Winehouse, The Doors, Carpenters, Elvis.
Oh yeah, well,
Nat King Cole.
That would have been weird.
The Who.
Right.
The Who.
The Guess Who.
Right. That true.
Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
Even Selena. Right. Okay. Who else? I could have picked Nirvana.
Aaliyah.
It's 2 Selena songs.
Whitney Houston. Jeff Buckley. Jeff Beck.
Jeff Buckley would have been a cool pick.
I could have picked George Michael. Bob Marley. But I didn't.
But you did.
My number. So I approached this with a strategic way, like you guys did. My list are bands we have mentioned, but we have not picked.
Oh.
So along with being some of my favorite songs of all time. I'll be like you guys. I don't ever get too personal when it comes to songs, what they may feel like, or memories, stuff like that. But number 4 was always, when it first came out, was I've been a fan of this band for a long time. I saw them open up For the Replacements at First Avenue way back in the day, because this is a Minneapolis band. And no, it's not the Revolution. It's not the New Power Generation. It's not The Time. It's not even a Prince act, okay? But this band, when I heard this song, instantly became my favorite song by them. Still is to this day. The irony is, the first time I got played on radio was in Topeka, Kansas. And my song was played right after this song.
I know.
Cool.
I know, it's fucking cool.
I know what it is.
Ooh, see, Dink, you got that memory. So, Dink,
because I listen. I was watching the Jays game when Jimmy was talking tonight, but I do listen.
What is my song? What is my song?
Your song is "Misery" by Soul Asylum.
Fucking A right it is.
Yes, fucking A right it is.
Yes, it is. Man,
Nice.
I'm so jealous of your fucking memory.
I don't know why that stuck. I don't need that in my head.
That's
I
fucking
could have just taken that
ridiculous.
information now and then be on with it.
I can't remember my own picks, or much less what I talked about.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Yeah. We're talking about True Blue by Madonna.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Awesome.
Bass player Carl Mueller died in 2005 of throat cancer. He was a founding member of the band. But the song was released as lead single from their 7th studio album, Let Your Dim Light Shine, which is, their second biggest selling album. Is hit number 20 in Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on Billboard Alternative Chart, number 3 in Canada. The album and song were produced by one of my favorite producers of all time. We talked about him before, Nirvana, Mr. Butch Vig.
Nice.
On the surface, Misery sounds like an upbeat and radio-friendly song, but lyrically it's being satire because it's really Dave making fun of the music industry. If you remember watching the video of it, it sounded like they starts out with them making CDs and stuff like that at the factory. Well, that's really what it is. It mocks the music industry's commercialization of what they've done in music, essentially at that point. Of course, it's probably gotten worse since then, but lines like the franchise Misery and Sell It on TV poke fun of how the alternative rock bottom 90s turned pain into marketable brand.
Absolutely.
Dave Perner said he wrote it kind of self-aware, a jab at himself, even not even just at the record industry, but even how he was getting famous. Because at the time, I think he was even dating what's her name, Winona Ryder.
Yeah,
Ryder.
So he was making fun of not only the industry but also himself. Ironically, before maybe not ironically, maybe I threw an Arizona Easter egg. This album was also recorded in southern Minnesota at Pachyderm Studios in Cannon Falls, Minnesota.
Mhm.
That studio is famous for not only this album, but also, like I said before, In Utero by Nirvana. Let's see, who else did Trampled by Turtles did an album there. Throwing Copper by Live was recorded there.
Wow, nice.
The Jayhawks. The biggest album by Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union, was recorded there. So a bunch of.
I love that album.
It's a very cool. I always told my wife, if I was rich, I'd go to that studio and record my next album there, because it's just a cool studio. It's middle of nowhere. It literally is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it's very cool. But yeah, this song is personal. Like I said, I love this song. The irony was like, it was very cool because I loved the song before I heard my song was right on the radio. But the fact that right after that, I can still remember the DJ going, well, Soul Asylum's from Minnesota. Here's another new Minnesota act, blah, 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 and played our song. It was great. So
that's awesome.
That's my number 4.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
That is awesome. I have 2 things. I agree. I think it's their best song, or it's my favorite by them as well. I don't know their entire catalog, but it's the one that stands out for me. Secondly, was there any Killer Dwarfs plungers in that video?
No, there was not. They moved on to CDs at that point. That is a great video, though. That is a good video.
That is a good video.
All right, that leads me to my number 3, which I have to thank my wife for because I have my list done.
Oh, Jimmy, you got Soul Asylum?
No.
Yeah, okay. She doesn't have that one.
Nope.
My number 3 was actually a different song. It would have been the oldest song ever picked on this show ever. I'm not going to mention. I'll mention it in our after show. So watch our after show. Comes out on Saturday. But she's like, "How do you not have him on your list? He is one of the best singers of all time. You love his voice, and I know your favorite songs by him is Seasons. So why is Chris Cornell not on your list?" And so it's kind of a same act, but
yeah, different song. Yep.
This is my favorite song by Chris Cornell among all of his great stuff. I mean, we've waxed endlessly before with Chris's pick about his voice. Sadly, there's not a lot about this song anywhere. I mean, I checked on YouTube, I checked on every freaking fan site, nothing anywhere, right? What little I could find was obviously what I've done too. I've put down the lines of how and who's passed from each band. Obviously, we talked about before Chris passed away on May 18th, 2017. We're never going to say his death was suicide because it wasn't even accidental. There's a lot of issues going on, and the autopsy report didn't have the 2 blows to his head in the report, and they admitted there was. And a couple other things. She sued not only the coroner, but she also sued the drug company that of the experimental drug he was on. She won both cases. So we'll just say that, you know, he had an unfortunate passing because there's no way, again, way too young, right? The song really specifically written for Cameron Crowe's film Singles, which was obviously the first time I heard it, and been in love with it since then, right? I mean, again, his voice, but I don't care if it's a Temple of the Dog, I don't care if it's by himself, I don't care if it's what band he's in, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Cool enough though. The song is actually inspired by artwork made by Jeff Ament for the movie.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Oh, wow.
that's the only bit I can find on there, but that's my number 3, Seasons by Chris Cornell.
I just have a question. You were talking about his death, and you said she 5 times. Who's she?
Sorry, his wife. Sorry, his wife Vicky.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I was trying to follow.
Yeah.
I got confused with the she, so I was trying to.
Yeah, sorry. His wife Vicky. Like I said, so yeah. Initially, they record. You know, they say it was accidental asphyxiation. Then they said it was accidental drug overdose. It turns out there was a lot of things wrong with the autopsy report. And like I said, there's 2 blows to his head. There wasn't done the autopsy. Blah blah blah. Experimental drug. She won both cases.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, I didn't want that to become about this. But yeah, the song again, it's acoustic. It's him, his voice. I don't care if he's singing acoustic or heavy. It's perfect every time.
It's a powerful song.
It is very, yeah.
Yeah. Anything he sang was powerful.
I was just going to say anything he sings seems to be powerful, right?
Yeah.
Even when he sings high, it's like it hits you right in the brain, man. Because a lot of people, when they sing high, they lose their power.
No, he gained power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just he was
One of the things I read, they said that he almost had a 4-octave range.
Yeah.
I believe it, yeah.
Well, you know, we talked about it with Chris's pick, Jesus Christ Pose. When he, you got that singing from the diaphragm, pulled that up. So he had just a powerful voice.
Yep.
Just, yeah.
Amazing thing,
beautiful, pure voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing, he was the same way live. I don't care if they were doing a 2.5 hour long show. I mean, his voice sounded the same at the end as it did in the beginning, which sounds exactly the same as it did on the radio. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I unfortunately saw them live with Candlebox, and it was possibly the worst concert I've ever seen. They were both bands clearly were partying before, and it was a one-off show, I'm assuming. But it was rough. That was at First Avenue, and that was a rough show. But everyone else I've ever talked to about seeing them live, just glowing, amazing reviews. So I was that one-off show that just did.
We all got them.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell you, I've got more than one.
Oh, I was going to say just ranked, but you know.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Not about my musicianship.
Yeah.
What?
What's the old saying? The more you drink, the better I sound.
Oh my God, you are a golden.
The better you
voice.
feel, the better you feel. What?
That brings us to our number 2. This guy is probably, I'm going to say it, the most influential guitarist of all time.
Uh-oh. We know where.
I mean, people will have their lists, but you know, you don't have this guy and that guy and that guy without this guy. I am talking, of course, about Jimi Hendrix.
Chuck Berry.
Oh,
Did I not call that?
Yeah, suck it, Trebek.
Yeah.
Peter, I was right.
The song is All Along the Watchtower. I could have picked any Hendrix song, but this song is so fucking good.
Yes.
And it's so different from the original from Bob Dylan.
Right.
This also is the rare case where a cover came up before the original. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, Bob Dylan recorded the song in November 1967, released it November 1968. Jimmy heard it in he heard Bob's version in June 1968, promptly recorded his version June 1968, and then released his version on September 2nd,
Wow.
1968. So
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's fucking amazing.
I didn't know that. I always knew it was a cover. I know Bob's version. Obviously, I didn't realize Jimmy's came out first. So, and Bob apparently was never. He was asked about it. I checked a couple of those. He was asked, "Did that bother you?" His song came out first. It was a cover. Your song. He's like, "No, he did a great job. It's a different version. I love it."
Yeah.
So
that's not what he said. He went, hey, it's fine. You know, Jimmy.
Dude, well, just not to get off topic, a few months ago, me and my wife really got into Bob Dylan. Still love Bob Dylan now. I just deep dive on him. But I had to rewatch his performance on David Letterman's 15th anniversary show. I'm like, is it as bad as I remember? Holy fuck, dude! It was. I mean, it was like. I mean,
yeah, you clipped that into one of the edits of our show. That was rough.
Yeah, well, we've had all those, right? We've had that before.
Yeah.
1987.
The police. Future
last
show
3 weeks.
Hendrix said, to get back to him hearing Dylan's version, he actually was given the actual master reel-to-reel of Dylan's version. They said, you got to hear this. And
wow,
because they had him and Dylan had the same manager. So, yeah. So, yeah. And who engineered this song?
Andy Johns.
Yes, Andy Johns. I was going to say, we love talking about these brothers. There's Andy. Johns famously worked on so many incredible albums and legendary bands like Blind Faith, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, Van Halen, Jethro Tull, Eric Clapton, and Rod Stewart, Cinderella, Joe Satriani, and of course, L.A. Guns.
Killer Dwarfs.
Yes, Killer Dwarfs is on there. I just left a bunch of bands out. Obviously, Jimmy's version is much heavier, I think, but I actually think it has more feeling of dread and intensity to it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Not to disregard Bob's, but again, like Bob said, it's a completely different version, different sound. You know, Bob had an intention when he recorded the song, and obviously Jimmy heard his version, his intention when he recorded his version. So, yeah. We already went over that, but yeah, an exact quote from Dylan. He said, "I like Jimmy's record of this, and ever since he died, I've been doing it that way, just like he did it. Strange how I sing it, and how I feel is a tribute to him in some kind of way. It's not my song."
That's cool.
How fucking cool is that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, that
was on my short list for sure. Before I narrowed my search, that was one of the songs I had on there.
That quote just kind of negates a lot of what everyone says he was, that he was just a sublime asshole. Right. So for him to say that how awesome, and that he pays homage to Jimi Hendrix about his own song live playing it, that's amazing.
I'm going to guess maybe Bob Dylan's like everybody else. He's a little more three-dimensional. I guarantee you there's lots of people who say I'm an asshole all the time. And there's some people like, he does have a heart. And be like, no, what? You know, wait, what? Are we taking a poll?
Are we voting?
I'm sure.
50% of Just Rank thinks he's an asshole.
Oh, I was just fixing my hair.
Apparently, people, this is my last show. Nice seeing you.
Wait, he's the engineer.
Fuck. No, but you know, again, I'm sure Bob was different ways with different people, and it was in different moods at different times, and you know. I think it means a lot when he said something initially when Jimmy did his version back in 1968, and then all these years later say, no, it's Jimmy's song. I do it as a tribute to him. So I'd say, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Really cool.
Hey, that's kudos. Nice. That's amazing.
That brings us to number one. We went from
just one comment. I think it was Rattle and Hum that U2 did a version of that. Was that Rattle and Hum?
Yes.
I thought they did a really good version of that song too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Again, their version, different than the other two versions. So I just wanted to give props.
No, and they made it sound like U2. I'm one of those guys, like, if you redo a song, don't make it a copy because it's never going to be better than the original.
Yeah. You know, really? It has to blow away the original if you're doing it.
I mean, but in most cases, like, do it differently, man. Put a different spin on it, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. So when they did it, I was like, oh, okay, this sounds like U2 doing Hendrix.
Yeah.
Doing Bob Dylan.
Doing Hendrix. Doing Bob Dylan.
It's a circle.
Right. Carry on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, so we went from one Seattle artist and Jimi Hendrix to another one. This band, this album, this EP, and again, this is a guy who's so goddamn charismatic, a fucking amazing voice. I've talked about him before, saying probably they're the only band that blurred the vision between the glam years and the grunge years. And Andrew Wood lost his life way too early. But my number one is Crown of Thorns by Mother Love Bone.
Yeah, nice.
I couldn't pick 2 or 4. Fuck.
Yeah, I could have. They were on my short list. A whole bunch of Mother Love Bone on my short list.
This one's always there. My band's played it before, and it's just so fucking. It's an easy song to play, but it's so emotional, and even the music is simple, but it progresses, and I just love the chord structures on it. But his voice, again, like I said, is amazing. Andrew Wood, again, like I said, passed away in 1990 of a heroin overdose on March 19th. Originally, this song was originally from the 1989 album Shine, as a duo song as Chloe Dancer, which was like the piano intro, and Crown of Thorns. Chloe Dancer, Crown of Thorns is actually 2 different songs, like I said, sequenced together. They were recorded at separate times too. Crown of Thorns is found by itself on the band's solo studio album, which came out just 2 months after Wood passed away in June 1990. The album Apple. Interesting enough, Chloe Dancer is not available anywhere as a standalone track. So I just thought that was interesting.
Really?
So,
Wow.
yeah. This song was written by Wood and Stone Gossard. It's partially autobiographical. According to Andrew Wood, he actually talks about it in his documentary that they made about him. It's inspired, obviously, with his struggles, his on and off struggles with heroin. The emotional highs come with the emotional lows, the fame and the romance, the issues he had with his girlfriend because they were both heroin addicts at the time. The song is included in the Rolling Stones list of 50 best songs over 7 minutes long. It's a very specific list.
That is a pretty specific list. Holy shit.
Right. Recorded in Transylvania.
Exactly, right. Engineered by Steve. And Eddie Vedder calls it the most important song to Pearl Jam's existence.
Absolutely.
Wow. And I would say too, just knowing Mother Love Bone, the only Mother Love Bone song that kind of sounds like a Pearl Jam song.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, because when they do cover it live, it sounds like Pearl Jam. It doesn't sound like Pearl Jam doing a different song, and they're very true to the original. So yeah,
right,
yeah.
What's they don't get the credit they deserve for grunge.
No,
right.
They are kind of, in my mind and everything that I've read, I'm not the foremost. Stop doing with that with my hands. I'm not the foremost, knowledgeable person of grunge, but they were the predecessors of all of these amazing Seattle sounds and the predecessors to Pearl Jam. And just they had so much what's the word I'm looking for? Influence. They leached. They hemorrhaged music to the rest of the Seattle sound. So this is a strong pick and awesome.
And I can't ever obviously think about Andrew Wood without, of course, Chris Cornell. They were roommates and best friends.
Just to say, they were your 2 of your picks were roommates, right?
Yeah, ironic enough, just by happenstance, 2 Seattle acts and roommates.
That's our next show.
Actually, right? 3 Seattle acts, I guess.
Artists that live together.
Wow, wait, yeah, 3 Seattle acts. Holy shit! Just realized that epiphany. Yeah. But I know, and Chris Cornell talked a lot throughout his life about how Andrew's death still haunted him, still pained him. I don't care what interview you're talking about. It was later in his years. He would say the same thing. The pain never really went away. The cool thing was about the Seattle scene is it was mainly because of Wood and Cornell was how collaborative all those bands were with one another. They may not record and write music together, but they're all like, hey man, I'm in your bucket too. If you make it big, I'll make it. So let's all help each other out.
Yeah. And they all lifted each other. We've talked about that. Yeah.
And I probably mentioned this before. Minneapolis, I wasn't in Minneapolis rock scene at the time, was the complete fucking opposite.
Absolutely.
So I always, when I watch documentaries about the Seattle scene of that time, like, God, man, what would have been like to be in that scene? Because everyone lifted each other up. And when we were Jimmy and I were in the Minneapolis music scene at the time, it was the complete opposite.
Yeah. Cutthroat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So yeah, that's my list, guys. I guess I just realized it's 3 Seattle acts. What are you gonna do? But yeah,
surprising. You profess your love to the grunge sound, the Seattle sound. Quite often, you wax poetic about all of those bands, and same with these guys. They talk about that sound and that scene quite often. So
changed my life.
It's not surprising. Yeah. I did not know all of his picks.
He did know Hendrix.
I did know Hendrix. I knew right away. But no, that's a strong list. These have all been amazing lists.
Yeah. Guys, this show has been fun. Like I said, I jokingly, I was serious yesterday when I said, hey, this is the quickest I've ever gotten a list done. And then I ended up completely changing it. All Along the Watchtower was bumped back into the list while Dink was doing his list, because I was like, I can't leave this out. This is
just it got bumped in right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Here's my number 5.
You guys,
I can't. No.
I was gonna say, how did you know when I did my list?
No, what you were telling us. Well, everybody, I think that's been a good show. Like I said, check us out on justrankpod.com. If you go there, it's all our socials, all of the links to our podcast. Again, if you can listen to us and watch at the same time, do both. Hey, do you what? I don't care if you just watch one or just listen to one. Leave a comment. If you do listen to us, please sit your podcast, download, add a comment, and rate us too. Please rate us and give us a rating and a review on your podcast platform of choice. And if you do watch us on YouTube, leave us your list. Tell us what you're listening to. Tell us what we got wrong. Tell us what we got right. Tell us whose costume was better. Probably Chris's.
I am so curious to Drocker or D-Rocker's list on this episode.
Yeah.
Again, it's anybody who's dead. So if Bass Bear is gone,
I'm curious who it is. Do we know?
Me too.
Do we know Drocker or D-Rocker?
Yeah.
I don't know. D-Rocker, do we know you?
Let me know.
You're a mysterious fan.
All right, my name is Joe. His name is Dink. His name is Chris. His name is Jimmy. This has been Just Ranked, and you can go fuck yourself. Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Edited and mixed by Joe Burkle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.